Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Dissection and we're deconstructing and analyzing Manchester United's brave draw against Liverpool at Anfield. United came into this match at the back of their disgraceful exit from Europe, as well as the horrific memories of the 7-0 loss against Liverpool at Anfield this year in March. United and the fan base were completely skeptical. They were expecting a hammering. We have to give credit to the players for sticking it out. They didn't play well. They didn't play football. They just parked the bus there. But they achieved what they had come there to achieve. The goal was to get a draw, get something from the game, and United did eventually, deservedly, got a draw. Liverpool, on the other hand, they were disappointing. The lack of quality in the final third was shocking, to be honest. They had like 30 odd shots, but I can't remember one open chance or clear cut chance they had. So they were terrible. In midfield also, they had the likes of Soboslai, who was found out at this level, to be honest. He was abysmal. Our midfield wasn't that great. Amrabat didn't have his best game, but on the ball, he was shocking. McTominay was the worst player on the pitch. He was given the captain's armband when Varane was the actual leader on the pitch. That was embarrassing to see McTominay have the armband when we have the likes of Varane playing that team and leading from the front. So that was shocking. That was another shocking decision from Ten Hag. Overall, it wasn't a game of real quality. It was attritional. United stuck it out, they dug their heels, and never gave any easy chance, easy open spaces for Liverpool to play the football. Liverpool aren't that creative. I mean, they like to harass and harangue other teams, opposition's defense, especially, and their press was on point, but they don't have players that can unlock defense, unlock low block. And with the embarrassing post-match comments from Van Dijk and Klopp, they came into this match believing their own hype and arrogantly, and they didn't expect United to put up any kind of fight. Obviously, if they had gotten an early goal, the story could have been different, and all those opportunities to create chances might have resulted in more chances at goal and eventual goals. But United didn't concede. Overall, it was a much improved performance in terms of structure and game plan. We all the players stuck to the plan, even though they weren't individually full of quality, especially with the ball, in possession of the ball. But they were together and they fought together and got a draw, which is not the worst result. Obviously, we need to build on this and get a victory against West Ham, or at least 4 points for the next two games against West Ham and Aston Villa, and try to see how we can go on from there and try to build from there. Coming to statistics, Liverpool had 68% of the ball. It seemed more, to be honest. They had 34 shots out of the 8 were on target. But a more telling statistic was that we both the teams created one big chance and both missed it. United with Højlund, he should have scored, but he shot directly at Alisson. United also had another opportunity with Garnacho. Obviously, Trent came back and with his outstretched leg got the ball just before Garnacho, could take a shot. Garnacho should have done better on that opportunity. Tried to go across him. If he had done that, then either he could have gotten a shot off, or Trent would have conceded a penalty and possible red card for him as well. Just showed his inexperience in that moment. In terms of defensively, United were resilient. I mean, you can see the percentage of duels won both aerially and on ground. It was United was a match for their team. Mainu and Amrabat did well physically. Obviously, on the ball, they weren't great. Menu did find one good pass to Garnacho, which we have already discussed. But the likes of McTominay was atrocious on the ball. The fact that he was given the armband is completely lost on me. He shouldn't be even in the team, let alone given the armband. Højlund was sketchy. He was a mixed bag. He did trouble Van Dijk a couple of times, but overall, both Konate and Van Dijk had him in their pockets. Anthony and Garnacho were disappointing, though Anthony was a bit brighter if we compare both. But Simicas probably was the best player for Liverpool. Anthony did keep tabs on him, but attacking wise, he wasn't clinical or sharp. In terms of cards, Dalo was given a red card right at the very end I think it was a comical decision from Oliver. He's somebody who quotes attention and he wants the occasion to be about him. He could have given him a single yellow card and just that would have sufficed. He had to make that moment about himself, and Dara should have been careful, but there was never a red card and abysmal performance from Oliver again. Coming to player ratings, starting with Onana, he was decent. I mean, he had like 8 shots to save, and he didn't make any mistake on those. Distribution wise, it was a mixed bag. I mean, he got some good passes, especially in the second half, especially when Liverpool went to 4-4-2. So Amrabat has some space in midfield, and he did find him. He also gave certain good balls to the wings, both to Shaw and the likes of Anthony. Overall, a decent performance for Onana. Thiago Dalot did exceptionally well. I mean, defensively, he was great, unexpectedly so. Luis Diaz didn't have anything against him. Attacking wise, he didn't get too many opportunities. But while he inverted, a couple of occasions he did, he was quick on the turn and ran with the ball. Obviously, the final delivery was still lacking. But overall, a decent performance. I won't hold the red card against him. It was at most a yellow, and he shouldn't have been given that red card. I'd like it to be rescinded, though I doubt against a Manchester United player, we never seem to get that. But a decent performance from Dalo. Johnny Evans was playing on the right-hand side while being left-footed, and he did exceptionally well. I mean, he had a tussle with Darwin Nunez, and he clearly won that. Darwin Nunez could have gotten a red card with his abysmal fall on him, and he was also demonstrating with the ref. But overall, he was good on the ball. Defensively, he was astute. I mean, he was throwing his body and trying to intercept their shots and everything. So, a good performance from Evans. Rafael Varane was the man of the match. He was a colossus. He was a true leader. And it's just shocking that Ten Hag has been getting away with it, keeping him on the bench while he was still fit. I don't understand that decision from Ten Hag, but finally he was given a chance since Maguire was out. And what a performance of Varane. I mean, even on the ball, he was decent, especially playing on that left centre back position. So a great performance from Varane. Luke Shaw was also strong, especially defensively. He didn't give an inch to Mohamed Salah, and he had to go play in that striker's position in the second half just to get on the ball. But Shaw was impressive. Defensively, he was on the dot. Attacking wise, he didn't get too many opportunities. A couple of times he didn't make runs with the ball, but overall, it was an attacking performance, so we can't hold too much against him. Decent performance from Shaw. Coming to midfield, Sofian Amrabat played as a double pivot finally with Kobe Manu. I think we did see some shoots of a possible partnership there, even though his first half was atrocious. I mean, on the ball, I think he gave away the ball almost every time he got it. He was abysmal in the first half. Second half, he did well, and even though he got an early yellow card, he didn't make any dash challenge, so that was nice to see. He kept his head. Second half, he came into his own, especially when Liverpool went to 4-4-2. He was able to get on the ball and play a few passes. On the ball, there's still a lot to be desired from him. But I think we should stick with Mainu and Amrabat in the coming games and give them opportunities to build on this. It was a fighting performance for Amrabat and not the best, but overall it was a decent performance. Mainu was also the same. He wasn't the sharpest in the first half, but you could expect that. It was his first Liverpool match at Anfield at 18 years of age. In the second half, he was spectacular a couple of times with his touches, with his ball to Garnacho, which was on the dot completely. There are clear signs in what he possesses that he could be a great player for Manchester United for years to come. It was an impressive performance, especially defensively, structure-wise, tactic-wise. He got an early yellow card, but he didn't go into any other rash challenges. He was never close to getting a red card or a second yellow. So that was impressive as well. Obviously, he ran out of energy in the second half, and he was substituted for Mabry. I think it was one of his more impressive performances, especially without the ball. And certainly, we expect him to build on this in the coming matches. Coming to Anthony, he was a most impressive attacking player, especially in the first half. He was good with carrying the ball, good with his first touch, and he was involved in most of our attacking plays, even though we didn't have much of the ball, especially in the first half. Defensively, also, he stuck to his gun, tracking back and giving Simicas and both Diaz good run for the money. Especially against Diaz, he was impressive defensively. Obviously, he ran out of steam and was substituted in the second half. But overall, impressive performance. Obviously, we know that in the final third, he lacks confidence. He doesn't have the right foot, so he's one-dimensional in a lot of ways. But I think he should build on this. I mean, it was a promising performance. He just needs to get more goals and get more involved in making assists and making chances for the striker. And I think confidence will come. Overall, it was a disciplined performance from Anthony. Scott McTominay was captain atrocious. He was completely invisible. He did well in terms of pressing structures, certainly better than Fernandes does. He was more consistent in terms of position. On the ball, he's nowhere close in the vicinity of the quality that we require. He couldn't even pass 2 yards. I mean, his first touch was non-existent. I mean, he's an excuse of a footballer, and the fact that he was given the captain's armband in a team that has the likes of Varane, it was shocking for Ten Hag. I think he should be taken out of the team. I'm sure that Ten Hag won't take him out, but when Bruno comes in, I think Bruno would do a better job than him. His greatest asset is his shot and his ability to strike the ball cleanly, but we don't create that many chances anyway. So he needs to. We need a number 10 that is more involved in play and has better passing and close control. Obviously, Bruno is better than him, but sadly, Bruno is also not the quality that we require. But if I have to pick, I'll pick Bruno ahead of Scott McTominay against West Ham, especially away from home. Garnacho was disappointing. I mean, defensively was all right, but attacking wise, he couldn't get past Trent Alexander-Arnold. Even though we know how susceptible he is against spacey wingers, he had one glorious opportunity, but he showed his inexperience and couldn't even get his shot off, and allowed Alexander-Arnold to make the last-ditch challenge. Overall, he was completely pocketed by Arnold, and it was a disappointing performance, to be honest, because Arnold is their weakness in defense. And to see Garnacho struggle against him just shows that he's not ready for a starting berth. He could come on for the likes of Rashford or any other left winger, later in the matches as a substitute, but certainly not a starter. Rasmus Højlund had another graveyard shift. He did have one opportunity in this match, but if you want to announce yourself on this stage, take the bull by the horns, you have to take the opportunity. Pick one of the corners and just go for it. But he lacks that self-belief. I think he's playing on his mind. He hasn't scored in 12 Premier League games, and the longer it continues, I think we'll see him suffering, especially in overall gameplay. I think his overall ability has been shown to be quite raw. He's very raw. I mean, he's better than Nunez, but requires a lot of cooking in terms of experience. It's just unfortunate we don't have any experienced striker just to ease the pressure on Højlund. But inshallah, he scores one of these chances in the upcoming games. Otherwise, it could go on a drought. The longer the drought goes on, I think he'll eat away at his own belief and self-confidence. Defensively, he did okay. So a mixed bag from Højlund. Coming to substitutions, starting with Marcus Rashford. He didn't have too many opportunities. I don't remember. He had a couple of. He had some late runs, and he could. He was supposed to pull the ball back from the left-hand side, but we found their defense. Defensively, he was trying. You could see that he didn't want to be. He didn't want to let down his teammates who had done incredibly well defensively for the 60-odd minutes. He made a good tackle, which was wrongly given a free kick to Liverpool. But there's nothing more we can add to his overall outlook and overall frame of mind. He still lacks confidence, and I think he should be given a chance against West Ham, especially if we are going to play the counter-attacking style, because we need pace. And sadly, if he gets a goal, I think he'll get his confidence back, and we need a fighting Rashford, even though he's not the quality that United deserve, but he's a player that can make a difference in a match, even though he's not consistent, and we need him to start scoring again. Animal Mabry came on. He earned a couple of fouls. He was buzzing all over the pitch. He was a physical presence, especially in midfield. Not too much quality, not great on the ball. I mean, to be honest, he didn't get too many opportunities. and Liverpool were going hell for leather. And important thing was he wasn't rash in challenges. I think he should be given more opportunity in the number 10 position. But since I think Bruno will come back into the team, so I don't see him getting prolonged stay in the team. But a decent performance from Mabry. Pellistri came on late in the second half. He didn't have too many opportunities. He looked bright. I mean, he was on the money in terms of his pressing, bright on the ball as well. But he didn't have too much possession to create any real chances. I mean, especially if you're gonna, I think if you're gonna play with counter-attacking style, I'd rather have him than Anthony because he gives the natural width and can provide the ball cutting across the box and giving opportunities to the likes of McTominay or Bruno coming late into the box. So I like to see him start in the next match and given the opportunity to actually show what difference he can make in a starting lineup. Eric Ten Hag, I mean, he had a game plan and the team executed it, but it was a dangerous plan. I think we parked the bus and we were hoping for a draw. And I think the lack of quality Liverpool had, especially in the final third, helped his cause. I don't think it was a great plan. I don't think it was a tactical masterpiece. I think it was forced in a lot of ways with the likes of Bruno and Maguire out, and the likes of Varane came in, and even Mainu, and it made his job easy to pick that starting lineup. I don't think his tactics or style of play will lead us anywhere. I don't see how we're gonna line up against West Ham. I can't rely on him and his team to produce consistent results and consistent performances. I don't see a pattern. I don't see a philosophy. I don't see a vision. And this game, this draw was well earned. It was a hard fought match and a well deserved draw. Not many teams get a draw at Anfield. They had all the incentive to actually hammer us, but we held our own. But I don't see any future with this manager. I don't see how we line up against West Ham or how we get another victory in the next 2 or 3 matches with two away fixtures and a home fixture against Aston Villa. So it remains to be seen. Maybe it's just delaying the inevitable sack that's about to come for Ten Hag. But for this match, I think he gets a decent score, more than he has received for the last 2 3 months. So a decent performance from Ten Hag. United are seventh in the Premier League, 6 points behind Manchester City. Were off to the Club World Cup after the next match. But United have tough matches ahead: away at London Stadium against West Ham, home against Aston Villa in midweek, and then Nottingham Forest away at their city ground. So I don't see where the points are coming. I mean, if we get something at West Ham, maybe we go into Aston Villa with more confidence. I'd be surprised if we get a victory against West Ham, but if we manage to get that, I think we'll be more confident in Aston Villa. But I'm not full of confidence with this team, and I don't know how things will change when Fernandes comes waltzing back into the team and the whole system goes all right. I think this match was a one-off, and we have to take that on its face value. And the fact is that we none of the Manchester United fan can be confident when the next 3 points are coming for us, and that's harrowing and horrible indictment of the team and the manager. Well, Alhamdulillah, we got a draw. I mean, it's more than what we expected from this match. Inshallah, we'll continue our career mode in EAFC in midweek and then bring the red prep on Friday. Please join us for all those episodes and continue to like and share and comment on the videos. So until we meet again, take care, do good, favor Palestinians and all the oppressed people all across the globe. Assalamu alaikum.